Baseball season is back, and for many of us, hearing the crack of the bat signals that it's time to fire up the grill for some ballpark favorites. But for those who are watching their diet, it can get tricky. We have some tips on making it healthier coming up. We've heard from so many of you, our Today's Health and Wellness podcast listeners, that you're having a difficult time leaving a rating and review for the podcast in iTunes. So here's an easy way to do it. Go to www.pleasereviewmypodcast.com/today's health for an easy step-by-step tutorial to follow. That's pleasereviewmypodcast.com/today's health. Now, reviewing and rating our podcast in iTunes helps us in so many ways, but most importantly, we get your feedback on what you like about the podcast. Thanks for being a listener and a subscriber, and going to pleasereviewmypodcast.com/today's health.
According to Kristen Kirkpatrick, RD of Cleveland Clinic, there are many ballpark substitutes on the market today, but pay close attention to the ingredients to make sure that the product is really a healthy alternative.
Sometimes a plant-based burger, it's really not a better option because sometimes there's just a lot of preservatives and things like that. It's not true for every option out there, but this is, again, looking at the ingredients. Can I pronounce them? Do I understand what they are?
When it comes to choosing a hamburger alternative, there are several options. Plant-based options include bean-based burgers or burgers with soy protein, pea protein, or wheat protein. But not all of these work for people who have certain allergies.
For those who are looking for a meat option, marinating the meat prior to grilling can reduce the formation of heterocyclic amines, commonly known as HCAs. HCAs are cancer-causing compounds that are formed during the grilling process if the meat is charred or blackened.
Research has shown that marinating with rosemary is effective for reducing the formation of these compounds. Another option is to substitute beef hamburgers and hot dogs for leaner meats such as chicken and turkey, and find meat products that are grass-fed.
And don't forget that condiments can make a difference too.
Condiments are notorious for having tons of sugar. So what doesn't have sugar but maybe give you benefit? Mustard is a great option. Even sometimes going with pickles sometimes because there might be some fermentation. Lettuce, tomato, those are wonderful options.
People who are only having a hamburger or a hot dog a couple of times a year shouldn't fret too much over the ingredients. But for those who are having them more frequently, it's good to make decisions about which options are the healthiest.
A link to this study is in our podcast show notes.
Circle270media.com.